Hey, let me tell you how you can make a video for YouTube that you can have for your substitute. Well, the first thing you do is you go to Screencast-o-matic.com and you can see how that goes right there. Once you type in www.screencast-o-matic.com, it'll take you to a screen like this. Now, this is a pretty handy screen, and I think I need to move it over just a little bit. But on this screen, it'll have a lot of options, but you don't have to go to any of them except start recording. You don't have to get an account. You don't have to log in. The farther down you go, the more they're going to try to sell this GoPro aspect, but you have to pay for that, and it's just the easy, free one that you want to have. And that's where it talks about it right here. In fact, there's a little demo on how you can start recording for free. But you can just go ahead and click this start recording unless you just want to see the demo right there. One thing to know is that whenever you click that, the chances are good you'll have something that comes up like this where it asks you, do you really want to run this? And of course you do. You click run, and you click allow, you click trust on anything such as that when it comes to the Screencast-o-matic.com. And once you do click the run, you have one of two things that will happen. With certain kinds of Macs, and I found this out the hard way, you'll have something like this, error loading screen recorder. Don't let that freak you out. All you have to do is go to here and you have like the app for it. So this actually is on my desktop, this screen recorder app. But for most of you, you're not going to get this error in screen recording. You're going to end up with something like this. And if you get something like this, do not go to the Pro features. That's the one where you have to pay. Go to the free version. That's the one you click. And if you do have to get the app, which we had to do, once you click on the app, it'll go to this, go to free version. Is definitely what you want to go to. And once that happens, I need to move this up here. Once that happens, you're going to have this big rectangle on your computer screen. Now you want to keep this big rectangle pretty wide like I have here on my computer screen, and it'll have this right in the middle, and it'll tell you what to do. You can resize this frame. You can move this in to make it a little bitty box or make it a however you want to have it, but I generally like to have it pretty big. And what you'll then do is hit hide, and that'll hide this spot right here. So anything on your computer screen will go in the video. So that's very, very handy right there. And you can also see down here that you have this red button, and I think I need to go one more thing here. Yeah, let's go this. Okay, I will move this up right there. Okay, so notice that I have my box here. I have a notebook file in there. This is actually from my 6th grade syllabus. But you can see you have this red button down here. When you click the red button, that means you're about to start. Now, before you do that, you need to look to this right beside it. It has a little microphone on it. Now, some computers have an internal microphone. The ones I have an internal microphone. So what I'll do is I'll snap my fingers, or I'll start talking before I even start recording to see if it starts picking anything up. I actually recorded a whole video one time and had no audio whatsoever because I did not have my volume up. So you want to make sure that you have your volume set to where you can hear somebody just speaking. And if you are speaking or snapping your fingers and not getting any green in this little box here, then you probably need to get some kind of little microphone. I suspect we may even have them in our library, or they're probably a common thing. I've never had to use one on these videos just because I use these Macs, and the Macs will end up having a microphone in the computer. Well, anyway, the X here will be to stop, but of course I'm not going to stop. I will hit the red button whenever it is time for me to start. Now, once I hit the red button, it will look something like this. Now, you'll have this red line that's around the things that you need to put in here. But notice I haven't put anything in here yet, but I want to show you what's happening down here. You see it has so many seconds out of 15 minutes. You only have 15 minutes in which to make your video, which it probably won't be too hard for you to do. So if you're having a long lesson, you would like put up some kind of, let's say you had a lot that you wanted the sub to do, you could put up some kind of Word file with all the questions on it, and you can say hit pause whenever you get to this. That way you won't spend up all your 15 minutes right there. And you have a button that says restart and a button that says done. Now what you will do then, this is already recording here on what I have, but what I would do is I would take one of these notebook files, I would take a PowerPoint, I would take a Word file, anything that shows up on your computer screen is what's recorded. So just realize that, and you can, it's kind of like teaching in general. You're teaching. If I'm teaching with a notebook file, or if I'm teaching with a PowerPoint, I would be up in front of people teaching with that on the screen anyway. And here I am; it's going to be on the screen, and they hear me talking over it. I don't. I mean, sure, most places have some kind of. I'm sorry, not most places, but most cameras. Most computers have some kind of screen like this where you can actually see somebody, but really who wants to see somebody? So I'm going to get this off of me. So almost none of my videos actually have me on it. It's actually just going to be some kind of notebook file like this. I use notebook files a lot, so that's what I will end up having most all the time. But like I said, you can anything on the screen will be recorded, so that works out really well, I think. Okay, so let me see where we got to. Did we have this? Oh yeah, if you were to hit this restart button, and gosh, I have to restart all the time. If you hit this restart button, it'll come up with something like this. They'll say, are you sure you want to restart? And of course the answer is restart in most cases, and then it'll go back to the screen where you just have the red button. Like that, and it go back to this, and you just hit the red button whenever you need to hit the red button. So what else do I need to tell you guys? Okay, once you hit done, it will go to a screen like this, and it has this little green arrow here where you can actually click this and see your video before you do anything to it. So that's a pretty handy thing to have. But over here you would think you'd publish to YouTube, but you do not. Go to Publish to Video File. Once you hit Publish to Video File, then it is going to upload your video on your desktop. And you may notice here I have all kinds of videos that happen to be on my desktop. Well, I guess several of them. There's one right over here in the corner. There's a few in the corner right here. I guess it's just a few that happen to be in the corner. But still, you publish the video file and get that on the desktop. And when you get it on the desktop, that means that well, and here's the thing where it says, make sure it's on the desktop. You'll name it. It will save. It'll see something that looks like this. And from there, I'll talk about YouTube in just a second. From there, whenever you see this screen save to video, it should be on your desktop somewhere. What I do is I then put a flash drive in and I save it on my flash drive. So if you're actually going to have a substitute use this, you don't necessarily have to even put it on YouTube. You could. It's easy because that's one way everybody has access to it. But if you wanted to save it on a flash drive, then you put a flash drive in right then after you save the video and just go ahead and upload it to the flash drive. If you're able to do this on your computer at school and it's on the desktop, then you don't even have to go to that step. But an easy step is going to do YouTube. If you are going to download it or upload it to YouTube, I should say, and you type in www.youtube.com, hit this upload button right here. Now the benefit of doing that is if there's any kind of problem, say the flash drive is lost, sub doesn't quite know how to handle the computer, then you can get it on YouTube just kind of as a fail-safe. So upload is up here in the right hand corner is where you would go to. Once you hit upload, you have a big arrow right in the middle. Now what you do then is I usually just drag the video file from the desktop to right here, and once you do that, I'll show you one that I did. It'll show you how it's uploading. It says 11 minutes remaining, but I kind of get the impression I have slow internet at my house, so it probably will be fewer than that. So while you're waiting on it to upload, you can type in the name of it here, put some kind of description perhaps, and any tags. Now the more tags you have, the more likely somebody is to just wander into it from who knows where. So if you're wanting to have this just specifically for your sub or for your class, I would not put any tags right here. And you don't even really have to put a description. The fewer things you put for tags, probably the fewer people that happen to accidentally come upon it. Now, this is the basic info. When you click on advanced settings, there's only one thing. I click on advanced settings. Now, if you leave it as it is, that means anybody can make comments on it. And I don't really want any student just making some kind of comment on mine. So I will click the all here and make it to, oh, I forget what it's called, but it's not going to be all. It's the other choice where you get approval of any comments that are made. That way you'll get an email if there's anybody that tries to make a comment on it. And any of this rest of this stuff I don't even bother with. So I know that's a lot of info, so I've given you kind of a page right here that you can pause on to kind of go through it. You can see to review, hit Screencast-o-matic.com, start recording, click allow, run, or trust on any of those questions. Definitely use the free version. And inside the filming screen, you can put anything on there that you might normally teach with, a notebook file, a PowerPoint, a Prezi, a Word document, even if you're not as good with those other three. Definitely make sure you have audio. If you do not have audio, you may need to get a microphone for doing this. Click on the red button to start make the video. Teach your way through the file, PowerPoint, and so on. Remember, you have up to 15 minutes. If you mess up, you can always click on restart, and once you are finally finished, you click on done. Don't forget, use publish to video file, and that way it is saved on the desktop. You'll then name the file and make sure that it is on the desktop instead of documents or some other place. Let's see what 13 is. From there, you can either keep it on the desktop, save it to flash drive, or put it on YouTube. I do all three. I have fail safes. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. Make sure you click on the upload page if you are uploading it to YouTube. Drag that video over to the arrow and then label your video appropriately and click on publish. Hey, I hope this helps you some in making your video.